Ta-da!
No, we have a Steam Deck, a Stream Deck. I didn't know
We
had
do,
one. We
yeah.
have a Stream Deck. Look at us. We're professional now, chat. Look at that.
I feel so slick, just sitting in back here, just pressing little buttons, like I'm like some Star Trek dude or something.
So here it is.
Ta-da!
So, yeah, you've seen concept art and other things about it, but this is the Arctic in all its glory, all its snowy glory. I mean, it is November, so I guess
It fits.
yeah, it fits right now. So, yeah, so we've got a small little predefined base here, which you set up.
I did.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Does it pass the check?
Yeah, there's more we can do,
Oh, okay.
but
We'll build on.
we'll leave base building to another time, and then we can make something really cool, and you can see some of the stuff that we've got for bases. But so right now, I'm currently in a geothermal area. So you notice how where I am, there's more plants growing. There's not much snow here, and my temperature is actually okay.
Yeah,
I'm
really,
neutral,
yeah.
I'm neutral at the moment, which is, you know, a safe spot. This is where I would recommend that most players build their base anyway, because this is the safest area. And
So I did something right. I picked the right spot.
yes, exactly. So it's almost like you planned ahead.
Yeah, really, right? What do you mean? I always plan ahead. What do you mean?
Yes. So I mentioned in my devlog about temperature and some of the problems it can have. So if I start to drive into the biome, you can see there's something happening to my tech. And if we use our UI here, I'm currently freezing. And I have entered our little temperature gauge at the bottom left. I can't move my cursor to show you, but you can see how I'm in a small little snippet of area. If I do that, just so that it's on a rock, so you can see it better. There we go. So I'm in a little part of the gauge that's cold.
Right.
So there's a small part here and there's a larger part. So I'm currently my tech is not functioning as optimally as it could be right now. And the biggest trade-off you'll see with me being cold is my turn speed of my weapons has been slowed down.
Oh, okay.
So if I move my cursor quickly to the right, if you look at my weapons,
Oh!
they're struggling to keep up with my cursor.
Oh, I love it. I genuinely didn't know that was a thing. So
Yeah, so if I now hold the laser down and then move, it's struggling to keep up with my cursor because, you know, cold, and the metal is not dealing with the cold very well, which is one of the things you'll have to deal with while being really cold. Being really hot on the other end of the scale will also lead to some other bad effects that you want to try and get around, such as you will burn way more fuel than
Gotcha.
what you would normally be using because you're running hot and you're evaporating that fuel. Does fuel evaporate? I guess it kind of does. Oh, I guess fuel does kind of evaporate, right?
I've never tried it myself. I've ever got just a wad of petrol and gone, well, what happens if I heat it up? Do not do that.
It does, because it's expelled as a gas, right, out the exhaust port. Yeah.
You're totally right. Yeah.
So yeah, see,
Can you tell I don't drive?
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, that makes total sense. JJ seems to agree, yeah, fuel evaporates.
Yeah.
There's fuel now?
Yeah, so fuel, you won't need fuel in order to just drive around. You haven't got to worry about anything like that. But if you want to use a booster, for instance, or if you want to use another block, which I'm actually going to show. So look, this is a great transition to another block. So
oh, right.
I am very cold, as I stated before, but we have ways of getting around it, or at least helping you with it. And this is it's dubbed the heat shield at the moment, but it is not a shield of any kind. This is something that won't protect you from enemy firearms or anything like that. It's purely just to help you with the temperature. But I've put this on my tech now, and it's now on one of my weapon groups. So we'll put it on shift, just because it doesn't make sense for me personally to have it on the left or right click.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I feel that.
So I can now press shift
Ooh.
and actually heat up.
So I saw this just before we started streaming, and I was like, I didn't know that was a thing.
So yeah, again, the VFX still very placeholder at the moment, and it might look like it will protect you from, you know, an enemy shooting you or something, but that's not its intended purpose. That's not what it will do. It's just something that we have at the moment. But when I click this, my temperature has gone up.
Oh, what's that?
So my temperature is now much more, like, I can deal with the temperature more, and my weapons are responsive. So I can actually shoot and fight, and it gets rid of that penalty state for me. And I'm actually able to, you know, fight properly at the, oh my god.
Wow, all right, okay, bye.
I think we won that one.
Yeah, I think so.
So we do still have our old friends, our needleberries and our puffballs in this area too. There is these will not look like this later on. There is plans for the Christmas variants. They're not really Christmas variants, but you know, we're in a snowy biome, so we're going to make like snowy variants of these hazards again.
Oh, cool, okay.
But you notice I'm being shot from a lot further away. So even if I'm this far away, they're still managing to shoot at me. And these are basically sniper plants.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to try and shoot you from a much further range.
Oh, great. I love it when nature hates me.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have our puffballs as well, which react the same way. But you might find them at some point, they're hidden under the snow.
Oh, God, okay.
Something that we want to do, so...
That's quite mean.
You'll still be able to see them.
Oh, right, it's not like a...
Yeah, but you'll need to keep your eyes peeled while you're driving around the biome. So yeah, we can do some exploring. I have currently balanced the temperature that you won't enter the next state. So right now, as I said, you've got a slowed turning rate down on your weapons. There is another state after this, if you were to continue to get even colder, which is even worse, where your tech will actually start to freeze up and take damage.
Oh, right, okay.
So, you know, a lot of survival craft games have a temperature system where if you get cold, then you'll start to die. So you can use Ark for an example. If anyone's played Ark Survival Evolved, if you get too cold in that game, you can die.
Oh, sweet, okay. And what was I going to say? Oh, make the wheels align. I bet that was my creative decision. I like when the wheels are like a little off. That's what I would build it.
Oh, see.
Did you just drive into him so hard you broke it?
Yeah. So I have a bigger tech, so I win that. But you'll see that as I've got further into the biome now, my visibility has been affected too. So I'm struggling to see. So I'm being shot at by these needleberries that can shoot at me from far away, but it's more difficult to see them. So you have to really keep your eyes peeled when you're out here. And also, we have ice, because everyone loves ice physics in their video games, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's always fun.
Yeah, I love
game
it.
Developers put ice in their games, like when you play Mario and it's really slippery and you're trying to do platforming on ice.
Well, I'm good at Mario, so I don't really worry about that. I'm joking.
So yeah, this ice is making me.
Okay.
Someone played Deja Vu. But yeah, this is so if you want to have fun living your Need for Speed dreams, drive around and drift around, then you can do that on this ice. We also have deeper patches of snow, which I'll try and find, which will slow me down by quite a lot. I think this is one of them. Nope.
Yeah, is there a way to tell, or is it more of a like surprise that you find deeper snow? Or is
it's not going to be as easy to see, especially because with the visibility of the biome overall.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's going to slow you down considerably. Again, there will be ways around it, things you can build on your tech in order to not be affected by snow or by ice.
Gotcha.
I won't mention what we have for that, because again, I want players to experiment and try these things for themselves, and you know.
What are these? Can I ask what these little dudes are in the sky?
Oh, the jellyfish.
Yeah. I really like these. This is
so yeah. There's our first signs of life on the planet, right?
Yeah. At least, well, I mean, I guess these plants they're haters are sort of that, but
yeah. But you know, this is something that well, actually, jellyfish are kind of don't really have sentience exactly, do they? I don't know. Anyway.
No, not really. No.
But yeah, so we have little jellyfish flying around.
I really like these. There's like something that what I love in open world games is just those little details that make it feel like a living like space, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is your equivalent of like seeing, I guess, birds. I guess.
So these guys tend to hang around these thermal areas that will protect you from the cold. So you can look out for them if you want to. You know, if you're too cold and you're struggling a bit with the cold, or maybe there's a blizzard that comes around which lowers your temperature even further, you can look out for these guys as kind of like a signal of, oh, okay, those guys are there, so that means there must be a safe space for me to be able to take some shelter.
That is a really cool detail. This is all new to me as well.
Yeah, so again, once I'm in these areas, my temperature is now 9 degrees and I'm perfectly fine, and it is in centigrade at the moment. We're a UK company.
Okay,
I know Americans like to use their Fahrenheit for their temperature. So there was a question, how does temperature affect base building? So for example, if I were to build a base in the Arctic.
Oh, okay.
So as of right now, bases are not particularly affected by weather. We've had a few discussions about different weather effects. So you've already seen different weather effects as well. So you've seen storms in the woods, for instance, with the lightning. That will affect your base.
Right.
So if your base is struck by lightning, you might lose some of your structure blocks that you've placed down.
Oh, right, of course.
But temperature-wise, you should be fine. But the difference is that you might build a base in a cold area, and your structure blocks are okay, but your tech isn't.
Right.
So you need to find that trade-off of wherever you want to, build your base, and just think about it. Be smart. Find a spot on how you want to do it and tackle the biome. And there'll be more progression and blocks that you'll get as you travel through the Arctic, which will let you deal with some of these things a little stronger. We're using the off-road wheels currently, aren't we? I believe.
Yeah.
That is why. So this is actually the block that's protecting us from the snow.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the snow is not slowing me down because we have these wheels on, which is one of the things that we mentioned about, I've built my tech to combat this, but there's a trade-off. I now can't do. So I've got off-road wheels on, so I'm not affected by the deep snow, but I'm still slipping on the ice.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, your snow's not a problem, but in terms of like your sort of like, what would you call it?
So instead, you would have to use spiked wheels.
Oh,
which can dig into the ice and give you more traction while you're driving around on that. So I personally prefer using off-road wheels because I like drifting. It's fun, and sometimes it can leave you a little open during combat
But then you'll look cool if you do
exactly.
like a really cool turn.
Yeah. That's what I mean. And what's more important, surviving or looking cool? I'll leave that up to the chat to decide.
What do you think, chat? Bagel Boy says, this looks dope, can't wait for this. Thank you. Oh.
I ran into a bad situation. They both have cannons and needle bearers at the same time.
Do the tyres taste good? I mean, FLG, no judgment. You can, it's up to you.
And there you go. So I was struggling just then to fight that enemy because my laser would not zero in and follow him properly.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because I didn't have anything to deal with the temperature. So I lost my blocks.
Oh, of course, right.
Do we have blocks? We do. So I might as well mention something else then. So you'll notice that there is a hot section on the temperature gauge, right?
Yeah.
Now, you can get that by overloading your tech reactor.
Right.
Again, as I always like to preface with this, you can increase your limit. This is not a hard limit. That 100 that is there does not stay as 100. You
Gotcha.
can put reactor blocks on your tech and make it bigger and make your tech a lot larger. I know there's a lot of players who have mentioned a few times that they're worried about the fact that there's a limit.
Right.
It's not a hard limit. You will still be able to make large techs.
There you go. You've heard it first.
So, yeah, so if I start to attach things and go over my limit, if we give us another laser, so we've got 2, use a cannon because it's cool.
TP's just asked, so overheating or overloading in the Arctic will actually help you out. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's see, look, you've already clocked what I was going to talk about next. So,
Oh, right. Okay.
so yeah, I was gonna overload my tech so that my base temperature was higher, so that when I go into the Arctic, I'm now no longer freezing because it's lowering my temperature back to the middle value that's safe.
Right. Okay.
So at the moment we're at 76 degrees because I'm 4 over. If we put, let's use something else for this. Maybe we'll. This is the problem. I've got too many choices whenever it comes to building. We can. I don't know if we'll be able to use our booster because I haven't got any fuel. So now I'm 124. So I'm really hot now. I'm running super hot. So now I'm in the hot penalty state. And you can see it's being reflected on my tech.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now my fuel consumption is higher.
Right.
I will use up more fuel. Let's just grab some heavy ammo, just so my cannons work. Take that with us. Might as well try and go and get our death box back. So, not running very well at the moment, because I would be burning more fuel. So I don't have any fuel at the moment, but there we go. I'm in the Arctic, but because I'm overloaded, my tech is running optimally.
Look at that.
So these are the kinds of decisions you can make. So, you know, for instance, if there is a very hot biome that you see, maybe you want to run a smaller tech so it's running cold. So that
We've not seen any hot biomes. That's interesting.
No.
What an interesting thought.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying if there was one that showed up, right?
Yeah, if there was, obviously.
So yeah, we're going to try and get my death box back, and I'm coming prepared this time because I literally brought a bigger gun this time.
Oh, and it won't be affected by the cold, right? It'll be moving. Yeah.
No, I can perfectly move, and they're tracking my mouse as well.
I'm learning things. I'm learning.
Well, we're trying to make it so that whenever you build a tech, you're really thinking about what you want to accomplish with the tech that you're building, right?
Gotcha.
Because in the original TerraTech, you pretty much would build what I've dubbed as like a stair build, where you would have rows of weapons on your tech going up so that they can all fire at the same time.
Oh,
and then
right.
none of them are blocking each other, and you could just put as many weapons as you wanted on, which is fine. But if we decrease the amount of weapons you have, but increase what they do, and make them more effective, it just makes for a more interesting. And I think the vehicles end up looking better when you make a like a tank or something that's got one big cannon on it that is still the same effectiveness of putting 30 weapons like on in the original game. It just, in my opinion, it's just more concise and looks better. But
Yeah, I get what you mean. How far out were we from this death box? Seems quite far.
yeah, we were quite far. I was exploring, you know. I was exploring.
Yeah. Did I also forgive me? I actually can't remember the name. So the plants, the ones, the teethy plant guys.
These guys.
Yeah. So So there are smaller variants of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's brand new to me as well. I thought I was going mad. I was like,
yeah. They don't really have any difference in gameplay. They're just not every plant is the same size, right? So
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
that was something that I actually put in just as a tester. I was like, do we want everything? Do we want all of them to be the same size? Does it look robotic?
I think it makes more sense for them to have variation, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
they all grow at different rates and things like that.
I think we're close.
I also just think it's cute. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm still going to blow them up regardless, but it's, you know, it's very cute.
Are we almost there? Oh, I think we're at it. Yeah, there it is. There's our death box.
Oh, nice.
And typical that the enemies that killed me have just disappeared and just decided to move on.
Oh, is this not them? The piece? Oh no, that's you.
No,
Right.
yeah. So yeah, they literally killed me and said, "See you later."
They didn't even
Just-
take your stuff. Oh. Oh. Well, do you know what? I think that's a great way of ending it. Good job, Lewis.
Well, we got there, and you saw some cool stuff with the temperature system.
Yeah,
So
so you showed off a load of really, really sick stuff. Like, and even once again, I'm learning things about the game. So like,
it's typical.
that was great. Genuinely, that was awesome.
Is it this one? This one is on?
Yeah, yeah. And if you ever want to press it, it's this one.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot it was there.
Oh, right. Yeah, don't worry, we'll streamline this. This went so well. Like,
Yeah,
this was pretty slick.
it was good.
Yeah, thank you so much for showing us the Arctic biome for the first time.
That's fine. Yeah, we want storms here too.
Okay.
So maybe at some point.
So this isn't the
show
end,
that
there's
one.
more to show.
Loads more stuff planned. So yeah, this is the bare basics, just to show you that, you know, it looks cool, it looks pretty, but there's also things you have to worry about while you're here. So
Just like real life.
exactly. Apart from not everywhere's pretty, but whereas, you know, everywhere in TerraTech Worlds is pretty.
It is, yes.
everywhere.
There's no hole in
So-
TerraTech. I'm kidding.
I'm totally not shilling at all. The game looks amazing. No, stop.
Right, cheers everybody. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed that little snippet of it. Once again, Lewis, thank you for showing us and showing how smart and great you are, obviously.
Stop it.
Nah, look, man, I'm just in awe of game developers. I think it's like the sickest thing, like genuinely. So, but yes, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Yeah, right. Take care, everyone.
See you
Say
guys.
bye. Do you want to press the button? It's that one.
The buy, but there's a buy button. There's a buy button, everyone.
Bye.